Wake up in the morning wearing headphones. I'm running court into your brain like it's an end zone. My money's green like the pickles and you want some. Don't interrupt cause I don't want your lame objection. From land t-shirts to murder, I think I've seen it all. From picking juries to when the gavel falls. The judge takes the bench and the bailiff yells, all rise and pay respect to the one and only go to true crime. Imitators, they try but they just can't achieve. And when they fail, they be like, ow, I stepped on a bead. Take the stand and the jury chooses not to believe, because there will never be another creator like me. Big deal in one corner and the count in another. We've got the judge reading chat while we talk to the lawyers. All our clips go viral, they're the good not to share. Came in late, check the thumbnails, you'll find it all there. They say I'm addicted to rhyme, but it's more than just time. And the mic is hot, the gavel dropped, and I'll be talking about crime. And don't you worry about the sound, cause I'm keeping it real, just like a pickle jar, but I'm one big deal. They say I'm addicted to rhyme, but it's more than just time. And the mic is hot, the gavel dropped, and I'll be talking about crime. And don't you worry about the sound, cause I'm keeping it real, just like a pickle jar, but I'm one big deal.
Thomas. I'm gonna just fade this one out. Can I do that?
Mr. Big Deal. Happy Thursday.
Oh my goodness. Happy Thursday to you as well. Friday Eve, literally Friday Eve.
Yes.
Well, the eve of Friday. I don't know how to say that. Friday?
I think you nailed it. Friday
Eve and Friday evening just sound so close together. I don't want to be telling people that it's the weekend tomorrow.
Fair enough. No,
it's almost there.
We made it. What a week. Great little incognito trial that came about. You got a verdict and then you got a sentencing, everything in one big deal, all wrapped up. You got it. You got a Brian Kohlberger hearing to toss in the mix, and with a little bit of court hopping. I would say, as an outsider looking in, pretty good week.
It was a good week. We had a lot of fun. And of course, you know, the big one, Karen Reed's going on in the background, and we're all trying to pretend that we don't see what's happening.
Right.
Please avoid the elephant in the room. No, it's really cool. And yes, as everyone said, love the background. You've got, that was what, outside your window yesterday? Is that what you had?
Yeah. What's crazy is this is a tiny little tornado compared to just 2 days ago. That was 20 miles north or so, 25 miles north. But so yes, those of you that love it. Aaron, thank you so much. Member of the channel, but giving me a shout out. I love it. So
12 months too.
Yeah. Those that have followed the podcast for, what are we at? 14 months or so now, I want to say.
Crazy. It's crazy.
It is crazy to see that we're that far. You've seen the background transition from plain wall to mirrors to then I tried a tornado and I've had curtains. So I finally got a green screen, put it up, did some mock trials. I literally tested this screen out. What is it? 7 o'clock my time. It was about 4:05 earlier when I put it up and tried it. And I had a green shirt on like Scott's wearing right now. And for the life of me, because I was in panic mode, I couldn't figure out why I was all splotchy and things. And I had a hat on that had some green tint. And my first tornado picture had some green turf at the base. And it was a disaster. I hit the panic mode, but we figured it out real quick. So this is still a trial. If you guys want to see me kind of change it in a different way and mix it up, I'm more than open to your feedback on it. But this is I'm trying to go that way. But we're getting a lot of good. Love it.
You mentioned the green screen. Now I notice the errors in mine. I'm trying to fix them while you're talking. Keep going. Don't stop.
Well, it's during sound check. It's funny. Scott was like, "Oh my gosh, it looks so good," but right there, you have a big hole you need to fix.
And now I've got this. I've got like bugs in the corner right here, like little ghosts in the machine going on. So I don't know. I've got to figure. This. There we go. That'll help.
But let's not wait any longer. We teased it. We talked about it. We advertised it. The people love these guests. They're awesome fellas.
And if we don't bring them in soon, they're just going to hang up on us.
They're going to leave because we're boring. But you all know them. You all know them well. Welcome back, Roy. Welcome back, Brian. Thanks for joining us, being on the show. The people that are watching are here to see you guys, and not so much me and Scott. So thanks for coming on board.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to be here, man. That screen is very fitting for what's been happening around our town.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It's my pleasure.
Good to have you both. We're just happy that everyone survived this week, honestly, with everything that's been going on. Whether you're following, we're not going to get too much into it, but the political unrest that's all over the place, or the weather, between one or the other, you pretty much have danger. We had like a shooting, like a real like what 3 or 4 officers were killed in my state. Just it's like, what's the world coming to? I mean, I realize that's good for me as my chosen profession, talking about criminals, but it's overall, I don't approve of the general direction of society right now. But anyway, weather gets better. People hopefully can change. We'll see. But we have funnier stuff to talk about than that, I think.
We do. I mean, it was a good day. I like to say, I know y'all say like happy podcast Thursday. As I was saying earlier, happy Taser Thursday, because to the viewers out there, I got to go video our recruit class getting tased today, and it was epic.
Do you post it online? Do you have like a YouTube channel? It's like new recruits tased.
I really wish we could, but we make it for their like graduation video. But I did something new as I was recording. As soon as they got tased, I actually had my camera and I was taking pictures of like their faces as soon as they got popped. And I mean, it was pretty funny. I had a great time.
It's the initial grimace, the wide eyes, and
So when you said it was epic, did that mean things went wrong and probes struck others, so it made it hilarious for everyone else? Or is it just every recruit got hammered with it and it was just fun to watch them go through it?
Oh, everyone got perfectly hit with it. And I mean, we have to make sure, because we need them to get the full ride. We need them to know what it's like. So no, we made sure. So it was epic in that sense that they took the full ride, and you could just see it in their faces, and of course how their bodies locked up. It was a good day.
It was a good day.
Well, so when you guys are doing that, do you have somebody there with the paddles ready to turn them back on in case they shut them down completely?
Yeah. Oh man,
it's 2 trainings in one right there.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I'm thinking they tase me, and the next thing I'm hearing is clear.
Yeah.
And I just want to be close to the device whenever it goes down.
Bring the defibrillator. Oh my goodness. That's my concern. I'm like, I'm not sure if my heart could handle getting tased. I'd be like,
it's
nope,
very, very, very like 99.9% of the time it works, and it will not cause heart problems, unless it may cause people to have an anxiety attack because they're just not used to the pain. But it's been actually shown it's not really going to kill. They always have to leave that one little percentage, that something could go wrong. But
disclaimer.
Yeah, but every other time it's going to work like it's supposed to.
Well, Thomas was asking about, did people miss with the probes? I've seen the video where like they shot the guy who was supposed to hold up the person who was going to get shot. Because when you're in training, they have like an officer on both sides for safety reasons. Because a lot of people, you collapse, right? And you don't want somebody to get hurt while they're being hurt. It's weird. You've got limits for how much they want to hurt. You want a lot of pain, but not anything that is permanent. But the guy on the side, I guess, took one probe, and the target took the other. And because they had that connection, they just both went for the ride and went down. That was funny.
There's a great video out there along those lines too, where there's a female recruit about to be tased, and then the barb hits her and hits the counterpart that's supporting her, and she immediately goes, and he goes, not from the barb, but from her grasping for help. It's watched like 5 million some odd times.
I mean, it locks you in. You get hit, and you're locked in. Like there is no like letting go of something.
So I got to ask, what is obviously I know what the probes are with their barbed, and I understand that and that feeling, or well, I don't understand it, but I get the concept. How much different is the feeling of a dry stun versus the probes? Because I know it's connection A to B, so now it's traveling that far, versus a dry stun is just traveling like that far. Right. How much different does that feel? Is it just so much isolated versus that shuts everything down, or how is it?
It's still going to work the same, of course, like you said, from the A to B point. the better the spread, the better the connection. So it's going through more muscles.
Cool.
That drive stun, it kind of like pops people, but it's that pain compliance. And actually, right here.
Oh. Look out, Roy.
I haven't tested it today.
Just hold out your arm and just, you know.
Yeah, no. But I will spark it for y'all because we have to do tests every day, and I haven't done my test today. So if y'all want me to spark it, I'll be more than happy to.
All in the line of duty. We're willing to take that. Oh, here we go.
Ride the lightning.
That's 5 seconds right there.
That's what it feels
Wow.
like too. That's what it feels like. Like somebody's doing that in your spinal column, right? Is that pretty much
The best way I can describe it is if you've ever like tried plugging something into the wall and you accidentally got your fingers on the metal prongs and you go to plug it in and you actually shock yourself and you get that amperage, that voltage through your fingers and it stings. Just imagine that over your whole body in like 100 times worse for 5 seconds straight.
Roy, you look perplexed. Is something resonating with you, or are you curious? What do you?
Well, for a lot of people around the country, they can't really begin to understand what I'm about to tell you. But for the last, I don't know, 7 or 8, 9 years, I have been an armed on-duty campus administrator. I've carried a gun at school all the time for a long time. I actually am they call us a Texas school marshal. I got a license and everything and went through the training. And I remember some of the training, like Brian's talking about, where they're shooting at each other and the folks are doing the taser. And I'm thinking, I don't like this. So no, it brings back some of my training and some bad memories because I was the guy that was going, I don't want any part of that.
Can you imagine if school administrators had tasers? Because there's a couple kids, you know, they're probably the names running through your head. You can see their faces. You're like, that one, yeah.
Way more than a couple. Way more than a couple.
Oh yeah,
that need to ride the lightning.
I mean, most of my friends would probably make that list.
Well, it's not the students, that the parents. Oh yeah, I'm all over that.
Parent teacher conference. Look,
I got a whole bunch of kids, but bring in their parents because I got something for them.
Oh, I love it. I can't. So I'm not retired, so I can't speak on behalf of what I would like to do with a taser with customers. So I'm gonna avoid.
Might be soon.
Yeah,
new announcement.
Yeah. But that's wild. So yeah, I asked that question because I've been dry stunned a dozen times, but the probes, I'm frightened of the probes. I don't want it, so I'm out. But
I can tell you my experience with a taser. I went to a party with the sheriff's deputy, and the taser came out, and
oh no,
and it became a game of tag.
Oh God, God,
Brian,
and that's why policies are written right there.
Mm-hmm.
But, Brian,
there might have been a rule broken here on that at that party. I think sounds like
yeah.
It was. They took the cartridge out, and they were just doing the dry, without the prongs. But I'm not sure. Nobody got stuck, but man, we ran. It was a lot of fun jumping over couches, and it was interesting.
So Brian can't answer this, but I'm going to say, Brian, am I right when I say Scott mentioned sheriff deputy made that behavior take place?
Distinction.
It wasn't city. It was possibly county.
Yeah,
different mentality there.
Mm-hmm. But no, that's fun. Roy, I got a question for you, Roy.
Let's hear it.
When you were young, did you ever get in trouble? Not necessarily with the law, but maybe something big that if your students, children, anyone, or even maybe something that your wife didn't know, because we know she doesn't watch a show, but
and that's a trend we want to continue. Those are the kind of questions I'm going to get.
That's right.
Well,
when she walks the dog, I never tell her that we're going to be live tonight.
Yeah, let's talk about a kid from a school. There were about 30 graduates in my class, so it was small town. I was an athlete, so I was the guy that didn't break the rules in high school. I graduated early when I was 17. The first time I'd ever seen a beer or a keg of beer was at a fraternity party the day before school started when I entered college.
You
And
I
it
are
went
very
downhill
similar.
for about 24 months after that.
Are you saying the next 2 years are sort of a blur?
I wish I had a
Um,
Welcome to the Jungle soundtrack, because
It,
that's what I'd play right now.
I remember specifically that, and understand I quit drinking in the 80s, so I'm immune now. But I remember I discovered these fruity, whiny things like 87 cents a bottle with a screw off cap. And we used to drive up and down the drag here, and there's a bunch of people at the Burger King that I still owe an apology to, because they saw parts of me that they shouldn't have. So, yeah, if you're looking for a confession, that's about as good as it gets right there.
You're messing with Amber.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry. Yes.
That's funny. I had friends that actually worked at an arena for an NBA arena, and it's a cool job that paid really well, but they got fired because somebody got a picture of parts of them hanging out a window on the freeway and, at some other employees.
That'll do it.
But I guess
Well, the
it's sort
constellations
of like
will
a
get you in
bidet,
trouble.
but I guess it's mobile. In the rainstorm, that's how it works. But
Yeah, those constellations will get you in trouble, or at least the moon, that kind of stuff.
the moon's the big one. Yeah.
The moon's a big one. Yeah, for me it is. It's huge.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I was gonna share a little story. There's one guy that got into trouble a little bit. And sometimes when you have somebody that gets into trouble, they don't know that they're they don't know that it's a problem, right? It's like the average person could have foreseen that there was a result to what they were doing. There's a video out there now of a guy who, I think he's a video. I'm not sure if there's a video on this one. There's a guy that got in trouble because he was up in Yellowstone and he kicked a bison.
Sounds logical. Smart.
Wow.
I'm not sure
Surprised
if
he
you've
got
ever
that
seen a
close.
bison, but it's like a cross between an elephant and a cow. And, well, a
About
bull.
2,000 pounds worth.
Yeah.
No trunk, just all horns, muscle. They're massive. And up in there goes Thomas. He's bailed on us. So they are huge. They're massive, and they can go from like 0 to 30 about as fast as you can snap your fingers. That's their starting speed, and nothing stops them. They don't care. It's like a moose. It doesn't matter if it's an airplane in the way. They're going to take it out. And I guess the guy was drunk when he went up there. I'm having trouble pulling up the story, Thomas. If you can see me stalling, it's not working for me.
Fair enough. Idaho. Yeah, I got it. It's I know it's a guy at Idaho Falls. Let me see what I can muster up here real quick.
Like that it came up.
There
He
you
was 40 years old. Clarence Yoder. Let's put him. He's almost on the Darwin Awards for one of these, because a bison can really do a number on you.
Yes, big time.
Near the park's west entrance, which is the most populated, or one of the busiest areas of the park, there are these bison. He goes out and ends up getting injured in the process. He was harassing a herd of bison and kicked a bison in the leg, says the National Park Service. As you can guess, he was charged with one, being under the influence of alcohol to a degree that may endanger oneself, and 2, disorderly conduct as to create and maintain a hazardous condition, as well as approaching wildlife, and a 4th one, disturbing wildlife.
But who? So many questions, but before you even ask them, you answer them yourself internally. Who would do that? Oh, a numbskull. How could anyone think? Oh, they can't think. They don't have logic. I mean, you just answer them all.
It had to have been alcohol involved. I mean,
Yes.
We've all made stupid decisions.
Yeah.
Okay? I've done things on a bike that you probably shouldn't have lived through, right? I was zipping down the road one time. I lived on, the road was called 3400 South. Okay. And everyone knew that road because it's like, oh, it's the steep one, and then it gets flat at the bottom. I'm like, yeah, I lived at the bottom. And so I'd push my little bike up to the top, and it had like the pedal brakes where you pedal backwards. Oh, everyone's a fan. You pedal backwards and you skid, right? And so
Yep.
I would get up to the top and I'd go as fast as I can, like down the road, just terribly fast speeds for this kid. No helmets, because I don't think they even made them back then, right? Nobody had bike helmets back then. And then you hit the brakes and you just skid for like 3 or 4 houses. It's just like a big skid mark down the road. Well, I did that a couple times, and then I thought, rear tire skids look cool. Front tire skids would be cool too.
Oh,
And
no.
how do you make your front tires skid, right? The only way to make your front tire skid is to stop the wheel from spinning. Well, I didn't have brakes on the front tire because it was just it's a pedal bike.
It's the
So
same
you
way you
jam
make your
your
underwear
foot.
skid.
You jam your foot on the forks. It's similar. Jam your foot in the forks, and then the wheel can't go forward because it's trying to suck your shoe into the forks, and it stops. And in my head, I thought it was going to work. I think the only thing that saved me was I had first done a big rear tire skid, and then I went for the front tire skid. But wow, that bike can stop on a dime, and it did. But I did not. I went up and over, and I rotated fast enough that I didn't land on my face and everything. I landed on my back, and so it knocked the wind out of me. But I've made a few decisions in life like that were poor.
So
And
Bison guy is just a reincarnated Scott. Is what we've got
Yeah.
here.
Had I ever experimented with alcohol, that's what I would have kicked a bison, I think.
God, that could have been so bad because I've been to national parks with bison, and they're like people trying to get crazy and get like selfies next to them, and you're just like, don't do that, don't do that. They're very territorial, hugely territorial.
But up in the Wichita Mountains, which is about an hour north of here, they've got bunches of bison, and they have those signs, and you're going, why do you need a sign to tell you not to go kill yourself? Because you're a moron. And there's alcohol involved. Scott, I was going to dovetail. At least you had the, you could claim youth as the fact that you tried to get skin reconstruction.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's probably 15 years ago. I was doing a bicycle ride in Montana, and I got down. We went to the very top of this observatory, and I let it loose coming down. I was doing 59.5 miles an hour on a bicycle.
You've got
and I was so proud of myself.
Yeah.
I'm telling everybody, I told one of the organizers, and they dressed me down in front of everybody and go, can I go hide now? Where's my mommy? They weren't impressed.
My friend got a speeding ticket on a bicycle.
That's
doing the same thing I had done. But
Dang it, Brian.
That's impressive. I wouldn't even give that person a ticket. I'd be like, you need to be careful. But
it was in a 30.
I'm impressive.
It was in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. But
and God, you see stuff on patrol, and people are like, "Did you give him a ticket?" And I'm like, "No." Like I was too flabbergasted, man. I was just in awe of how they got through that.
I just had to clap. Just be like,
yeah.
You sir.
Like,
I should show
okay.
high five on that one. Oh, I love it. We've got quick weather brief, if you will, those that are in central North Texas and or towards the east or western side. But we have an observed tornado on the ground near Abilene, and there's radar indicated near Brady, which is Brownwood, Bollinger. That's a significant risk area for the remainder of the evening. We've already had one confirmed, which includes one in Joplin, Missouri. So anyways, if you're in north central Texas, keep an eye out for those areas because it's ongoing situation. I've got feeds on right here with chasers watching tornadoes on the ground.
I'm sick of this weather like this. I'm tired of it. Just rain and leave me alone.
That makes one of us.
This is Thomas's Super Bowl. Roy's rated on his parade.
I don't like the destruction. For those that obviously hate weather and they're scared of it, I don't. I think it's beautiful, the power that it displays, its unpredictability, and the science trying to understand it and figure it out, which we never fully will, is fascinating. One of the most historical tornadoes in our history took place just a few nights ago in Oklahoma, as far as being one of the most powerful on record. Thank the Lord, it was in open field, no structures, no nothing, and it was stationary. I think that is amazing. It's beautiful. It's incredible. The destruction that comes with it, I hate it. I'm not a fan. I don't wish tornadoes. I just wish we could understand weather better and capture it more and be able to educate and warn people sooner than we can now, which is way better than we used to be able to. So that's my disclaimer on being a weather nerd and not wishing destruction on people. Because
I watch NASCAR for the wrecks.
it's a thing. It is a thing.
Turning left doesn't excite me, but the wrecks are pretty
It
cool.
is.
But I don't want anyone to get hurt. But that was incredible. Is it just me, Thomas, or like last year? It seems like all the tornadoes were not very photogenic, and this year we've got some incredible ones that are just putting on a show. I've seen like an incredible loop that was forming, just like spiraled up through the sky, just massive, not rain wrapped, just beautiful. So you can see everything that's going on. Is it, are they just learning to be more photogenic this year? What's causing that?
Yeah, no, it's just the weather patterns this early spring. It'll change as we continue moving on, but it's early spring. They've had lower, well, not even lower precip, but they have when they've produced tornadoes. So there have been several rain wrapped tornadoes. I mean, I want to say to this point forward, there's been over 300 some odd tornadoes for the month in the United States. Several rain wrapped, several not. And the lower precip storms are the photogenic, the most pretty. The time of day is a big factor. If they're just right after post daytime heating and you can catch them when the sun is still up and going, obviously we know nocturnal naders, they're not good for photographs. They're terrible for public safety. We've had a lot of mid to early afternoon tornadoes, and they just haven't been under heavy precip. So that's why they've been photogenic. Now, one of the largest ones that we just had, it was rain wrapped. That's why there's almost nearly nothing of it as far as imagery going on social media and things like that. But you'll see more good photos as spring goes on, and you'll see tornadoes reported with damage that no one got good footage of because of heavy precip. It's just Mother Nature's wild. It's like I said, I love being a weather nerd and a hobbyist of it. I would never be a meteorologist, even if I went to school for it, because you're trying to warn and tell people about things that are coming that you cannot predict, no matter how good you're educated in that regard is. It's just it's nuts. It was funny, the tornado we were just talking about in Oklahoma, that was anti-cyclonic. So for those of you that like weather or no weather, in the northern hemisphere, 99.9% of tornadoes and storms, they rotate counterclockwise based off of the Earth's rotation. Southern hemisphere, they like to rotate clockwise. Well, we just had one that was anti-cyclonic, meaning it was going clockwise, which is very, very rare, and it was staying stationary. And I was on the phone with my mother-in-law because it was about her bedtime, and I was saying, don't go to bed just yet. We want to watch this because this is very rare. And at the same time, I heard our meteorologist on the TV saying, this is very rare. This is don't. So that's how wild weather is, because there's not even enough data off of rare storms for them to predict and project and explain and tell. It's just, I think that's why I like it, because it's not A plus B equals C. It's A plus B equals C, D, E, F. I don't really know. Let's see what the trends are.
Well, I speak for myself, and I'll tell you, I don't care about the artsy part of a tornado.
I just feel like distance away from me.
I will have to give Thomas credit, though. I'm minding my own business, and he does call me and said, this is a serious storm. And so it became serious for me then. So I have to give my buddy Thomas credit, because I'm just, eating peanut butter sandwiches until then. I'm thinking, oh, well, all right. So I went and got a bicycle helmet, and I'm making sure I've got a clear path to the Frady hole. So anyway.
Yeah, Thomas is my plug now, man. Like, I'm like, hey, the weather looks weird. What's going on today? And he'll update me. That way I can sound really cool to my wife. I'll be like, yeah, it's anticyclonic, man. Check out this. It's doing this. And of course, I'm trying to calm her anxiety.
We're east.
As you can see right here, babe, it's drifting this way. It's going to go this way, and then it'll go.
I love
it. So thanks, Thomas. You're making me look good.
I thought I was the only one that got the personal weather updates, but I guess everyone, Thomas, that's amazing. That's awesome. That's really
so cool. Transitioning, those that are unlucky as of late with this weather and the storms, everyone's being hit. I got to do it. I do it every week. Scott, do you know where I'm going with this? Every week, it's become a trend.
No.
Lottery.
Oh, okay. What happened?
Lottery. And this is a North Carolina guy.
Oh, the
I need a lottery sound effect.
You do cha-ching, cash register. They're again today. There we go.
My-
Future.
I have
knows.
one. I have one.
No,
I have the lottery sound effect already.
my lottery sound. There were so many good ones, but I kept it to one because we have guests and I don't want it to be a big thing. But this one, a wife had a dream that her husband came about fortunes in gold. He took it as a sign. So he went to the store, got a $5 scratch off. He saw the jackpot for that little, it wasn't a scratch off, I'm sorry, it was a $5 lottery ticket. He watched the jackpot go from 900,000 to 100,000 like a couple days later. So he went, oh man, someone won. Yeah, he won $845,000 because his wife had a dream that he became rich. So he went and got it and he won it. He won it. And he took the lump sum, which was $598,000 cash money in your pocket. Here you go.
Well, I'm glad his wife didn't have a dream about him having a heart attack or something. Take part of that 500,000, go out and buy a defibrillator.
I'll get that look, man. I wake up from bed, my wife be looking at me, she'd be like, I had a dream about you. And I'd be like, what was I doing?
Whatever it was, you're guilty of it. And you're accountable for whatever you did in her dream.
Sorry.
That is so perfect. Chat, raise your hand if you have ever been in trouble from a dream your husband, wife, whatever spouse has had the next morning. You got yelled at, hit, anything. Knee-jerk reactions. Anyone ever been scolded? My hand's up too. It's happened to me once. Anyone in chat's have to put your hand up. It's a hilarious thing. Roy, do you have the perfect marriage?
I think,
brother, I'm so old I can't remember dreams or any of that kind of stuff. I wake up in a new day. What do I care?
I'm just glad to wake up.
Yeah.
It's like, woo! It's
But I do have one.
Alternatives.
I don't mean to change the subject, but I have a complaint. So I'm just going to air it here because nobody else, and especially my wife, wanted to hear it. No one wished me happy Principal's Day yesterday. On the 2nd of May, I ought to be coming down from like this extreme sugar honey bun cookie treat high, and I didn't even know it was Principal's Day yesterday. So,
well, Roy,
I've got a party for you. Ready?
Oh, now I feel a lot better. Thank you.
First of all, just the Nixon "I'm not a crook" pose. Okay, go ahead.
So he shakes his head.
The 2-piece signs. Throw up your 2-piece signs.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I'm not a crook.
Yeah, hold a little closer together. There we go.
Oh,
I got your balloons.
I
got your balloons.
There you have it.
Happy Principal's Day. Oh, here we go. Now confetti.
There's a party. I went to great effort to line that up for you, knowing that was going to be on the podcast. So,
well, I didn't. To be honest, I didn't miss it and didn't know until today. Somebody had to remind me. I go, well, that came and went. Anyway, that's all right.
What do you get a principal? What do you get a principal? I mean, what's the appropriate gift? And
well,
who's the giver, I guess?
For a fat guy like myself, because I don't do Mountain Dew, which might be appropriate for somebody in this group. But yeah, so when I was a principal, there were numerous homemade cookies, donuts, pies, cake. And, I was embarrassed to say that I ate every bit of it. So, no, I wasn't really embarrassed. I didn't care. So, yeah, it was food. It was food. Occasionally, Christmas or thing at the end of the year, I might get I don't know, like a $5 gift certificate to Sonic or something. But it was usually food.
So what, Officer Brian, what's the appropriate gift for an officer, and what day do you give it to them?
Food and every day. I can tell you right now, I mean, we love free stuff. Sometimes people will bring us like goodie bags or shirts, or something. But I'm telling you right now, as soon as we get free food, our department will send out a mass email message to everyone saying, hey, free food in the break room. And I mean, before you know it, you walk down there, people are just like vultures, man. And we love some good free food. And that's a good sidebar because starting May 13th is National Police Memorial Week, the whole week, starting May 13th.
So is it Is it bad to bring donuts? I mean, the joke's made a million times, but donuts are still okay, right?
For me, yeah. I don't know about some others, but we do love some good food. I'm not gonna lie, we get a little iffy when people want to try to make us something maybe like homemade. And thank you for making us something homemade, but it's one of those things where we got to take it with a grain of salt. Like
Some brownies. They bring you some
brownies.
brownies, Brian. Bring you some brownies. Yeah, that'd be
Just
good.
be like, that was good. That was good.
Oh, these handcuffs do kind of hurt. I see what they're saying when I put them in the car. Huh.
Why is a voice talking in my head? Oh, it's just my earpiece going off. I'm sorry.
It makes 5 trips to get Cheetos.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's fair.
Unrelated topic. I saw Google. Google has a phone, right? The Google phone. But Apple keeps coming out with new emojis. Google has come out with audio emojis.
Have they really?
What?
Huh.
My
Game
wife has
changer.
a Google Pixel, so tell me what this is.
They're adding
Oh.
audio emojis to its app, so users can react in real time during phone calls. And 6 sound effects have been added so far. So, chat and guests, without Googling this, because that would not be fair. What 6 sounds do you think they're adding to this?
Oh, my first. Can I play?
Yes.
Flatulence sounds got to be number 1, right?
Ding ding ding. Poop emoji has been added in audio. Okay, that's one of the 6.
I'm gonna have to go with the laser gun, not the gun. It's a laser gun now. It's
Okay.
like a pew pew.
They only tell me 4 of them. So
There's definitely a laughing out loud emoji.
okay, laughing is in there.
Yeah, it's got to be. Is there
Right.
a want?
Possibly, because there are 2 unknowns. I guess they want to keep them
Oh.
secret until we get it. So
Okay.
I guess 4 of the 6, and that's all we can do.
Donald
they
says,
should-
screaming goat.
That was screaming
There it
goat.
is. Screaming goat.
The other 2 are clapping and
Applause.
Mm.
Oh,
Good
and I
one.
like I would use habitually in my conversations with people.
So
As long as you talk
let
on
me
the phone with
understand this. So you're talking on the phone. Somebody calls you and they say, "Hey, let's go eat." And in the middle of this thing, you got like a burp noise or something comes out, or
yeah. It's like, hey, you want to go with it? No, I don't want to go. They can just spam emoji audio.
that's not annoying.
Oh god, that's gonna get you. People are gonna misuse that so bad.
That's awful.
So once again, to all your Android lovers, yes, Google was first with this, just for the record in history. They're the ones who came up with the audio emojis.
Phenomenal.
I'm sure Apple will follow if they take off.
Phenomenal.
Once
Wow.
again, not relevant
Man,
information.
Man, I will say, Scott, I was listening to the podcast like last week, and I have to agree with you. I know you're in the middle of like huge projects. I know that feeling you get when you complete a project, and I will agree. I feel like I am man, like I complete the project. Like I did this with my hands. I used tools. I did plumbing, and I've done some projects where I completed it with a little bit of my wife's help because sometimes I don't like to measure correctly, but it's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling.
I don't want to cry here on the podcast, Brian, but
It's gonna happen.
it has been
Brian.
so long since I've felt that feeling that I've actually completed a project.
You'll get there, I promise.
The project just grows and grows and grows. So, update on that project. Our Airbnb is rented. We have our first guests staying in it. They're in it only for 3 days.
Where
I still
are
don't have
they
a shower,
compared to your current
which means
seat?
what?
Where are
They
they
are-
compared to
They're
your
that
current seat?
way they're that way about 75 feet.
Got it. Perfect.
And they're on their own isolated network, so it doesn't mess with my network. We've sent a gigabit over to them and a gigabit to me, and it all works out. So
That'd be so cool if they were watching the show.
Have it
He's
auto
right
play on the TVs and the Amazons and everything.
He's right over there doing this live, and they're telling their friends their location. So people are now gathering around the house.
I didn't know. Now that I'm like, it's not a landlord, like an Airbnb renter. What do they call those? Like an Airbnbist or something?
A leasee. Lisa.
I was
Lisa.
going to say peeping
A
Tom
guy with
or
a side
stalker.
hustle.
This is my concern. I'm like, I don't want the kids to go outside, and I don't want to be like caught looking at the house. Okay, because they're like right there. I mean, it's like I come out and it's like, keep the eyes down, don't look at the house because their windows are right there. And I'm not like, hey, what you guys doing over there? I don't know what to do. What's the appropriate way to interact? You knock on the door and say, hey, we're your neighbors, and we also own the place, so keep it clean.
How's the honeymoon going? Yeah, there you go.
I don't know how to behave, so I'm still learning.
They went Pee-Pee Tom and Side Hustler right out the gate. What you got?
Well, the police officer, of course, their interactions.
I'm just trying to be truthful. We all know what's going on.
Called the host, Debbie. Debbie says there's a word right here.
Oh, sorry.
Leave them alone. There, you were called the host. But do you? I sent them a text. I mean, I was like, hey, here's the Wi-Fi password. Here's our code to get in. And I did everything I could for them. I programmed the TV to guest mode so they can log into all their devices, and it will automatically log them out the day they leave. And I've done everything. The code on the door works for just the time that they've got it rented. It's their own unique code. Nobody else has it, and everything else. I will tell you that I think they have a kid with them, and he loves the lock on the door because I get buzzed on my phone every time it's locked and unlocked, and he's just like lock, unlock, lock, unlock, lock, unlock, like 15 minutes straight. He's just like, man, there are brand new batteries in there. This thing's going to be dead after a week. But I don't know.
Have they responded?
One of my best friends had an Airbnb, and he eventually had to pull the plug on it. He was at their home was at the lake, and every time somebody would be in there, the people that rented the thing felt like everything and anything was their, was part of their rental. So their stuff would disappear, and people would be out there fishing with their fishing poles and jump in their boat and take off. It's like, whoa, time out.
I will say that leads to a story. We had a problem here in our town where a lady who was, I will say, special. She was unique. She rented out her house for Airbnb and would go stay at her other house, but she would just take it upon herself to go back into this house whenever she wanted to, and people would be like asleep. It'd be like 12 midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and she's like, okay, y'all ain't doing this right, y'all need to get out of my house. And she's like calling the police for us to kick them out, and they're like, no, we're here for like 2 days. Like, we end up having to contact Airbnb and being like, hey, we got multiple reports on this lady, don't do this anymore for her ever.
I'm nervous about my first review. I can tell you that. It's like I don't know. Are we supposed to like give them amenities in there? Is there supposed to be ketchup in the fridge? I don't know. Is there supposed to be like flour, sugar? We have like bare cupboards in there, right? So you walk in, it's like, hey, bring your own food, bring whatever you want. You've got the fridge, you've got all the appliances, but we gave you nothing. No sugar packets, no salt, pepper. There's like zero, and maybe we should give them like a gift basket tomorrow. Like, hey, here's the things we forgot. Sorry. Hope you enjoyed your first day.
No, I think the rule, perishables, 0. So when I talk about on the show from time to time, we go on our yearly ski trip and whatnot, and the homes we go to, all you're really expecting and looking for is some sheets, some towels, and utensils with some dishes. So that way you can do that. We go to the store, we get all our food, we get all the condiments we need. Now, if it's been an Airbnb for a long time, guests will leave things that don't expire unopened that you can still leave in supply. And you see things accumulate when you go from house to house, and that's okay.
Cell phones, things like that.
Yeah, we've spotted cameras and we just marked them, but left them there, noted. But no, I think as long as they have, the common amenities, but everything else that is particular to the person, especially perishable, it's on the guest, and that's completely okay. So I think you're fine, and I think chat's probably going to agree. You're a great host, and you're overthinking it. You're freaking out, but it's your first guest, so I get it.
I was actually thinking I had this idea that on the TV you could do like a photo screensaver in the background, and I was thinking of putting the pictures of what it looked like before we revamped the entire thing, like the garage with the 1960s gasoline signs nailed to the wall to keep things up, and the insulation falling down and everything. It was terrible. You couldn't even walk in the place. It was it looked like it needed to be like demolished. And so we basically did, and then rebuilt the whole thing.
I like
that would be
the
like the screenshot. The screen is that not the? You guys
No.
are giving me this blank look. Roy's like, nope.
Well, because they're going to be curious what's behind the walls at that point. But there's some cool hotels which you could do the same thing. When you get their name, you just make the screenshot whatever background you want and just says welcome so and so family, and it's very custom and it's kind versus the potential construction zone that was there before, and there's stuff in the walls of where they're sleeping that they're scared of. I don't know.
I have a good picture of when there was 2 garage doors. The garage doors were so small. I think like a Model T would have fit in, but no other car. And if you had to take the top off the Model T, it was 2 garage doors, but maybe for riding lawnmowers was all you could fit in there. Maybe I'll do one of those pictures, but
Just get a Model T outside, and then it'll be.
Well, you should maybe take a picture from the, like a door cam or something, and have the picture of the people that are staying there, so it creeps them out. They see their own picture in the background of the television.
I can load it. I can load it remotely over the web, so I could take a picture of the window for Officer Brian.
And you've been barred from Airbnb forever.
And that whole review thing.
What? I was just trying to say thank you.
No, in all seriousness, I'm not going to do the picture thing. In all seriousness, I'm always worried about reviews. I don't want people to be offended. Like when I ran an Amazon store selling books online, I had 100% review rating. And the only way you can do that, because about 5% of people are just out there to scam you and say bad things, is as soon as they try to scam you, just like you own up and as if it's all your fault. Okay. They're saying, hey, this book was missing 30 pages or something. And I'm like, look, here's what I'll do. I'm going to refund all your money. I'm going to find the best one out there that you can get next day overnight. I'm going to buy it and ship it to you and pay for shipping. Okay. Because and I did that. So I got a 100% rating. So I don't know how to do that with Airbnb, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to tick somebody off along the line. They'll be like, worst host ever. But,
well, it's like when like you just said, you go on to Amazon, it may be 4.5 out of 5 stars and you get all these great reviews and there's always that 1 star. You're going to get bad reviews, man. You just got to take it with a grain of salt because people are going to look at how many other good reviews you gotten versus the one, because most people, the public would take care of it for you.
Well, my Amazon store, just for record, 5-star reviews, over 1,000 reviews, all 5. So anyway, I'm not sure how we got on that.
You can't be that focused on reviews. You're a YouTuber. The hate is real on YouTube. You can't be that.
I don't look.
Okay.
I mean, I get some emails. I have some haters. I have a hater locally, like
in your neighborhood.
In my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Writes me emails and just rips me new ones. It's just like, this is why you're a failure. And he clearly watches because he's got details. Okay? He's got like, you messed up here. This is the worst audio I've heard on any channel. It's just
wow.
Jimmy, is that the guy?
So, hey, Steve.
You only take handwritten sentiments.
I think his name is Steve. But I'm not
shout
sure
out Steve for all the views that you're giving Scott, even while you're critiquing. Hi, Steve.
I should
love you.
Read your hate emails.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
You should have a special section where we read the hate emails. But no, I just don't read those ones. But I don't know. That's a weird dichotomy that I don't care about YouTube reviews, but I do about like Airbnb and all that. Don't use a picture of the tools you dropped into the walls. I am missing so many tools. I just literally every tool I own, I bought for this project, and many tools are missing already. They've only been used once. Anyway, we didn't come here to talk about my bathroom.
Well, yeah, let's bring up the. No, maybe we don't go there. Okay.
Roy was on the show for the bidet. That's where Roy was going.
I'm just curious if that ever became a thing.
It's going to.
Because I want to see a PowerPoint.
I think it's going to be like a YouTube premiere. That's how we're gonna go with the with that one instead of a PowerPoint. But we're working on it. I have to find the perfect bidet. I moved the toilet. Like part of the project, the reason it took like 2 extra weeks to do all this is because I had to redo the plumbing that we already had put in once because it was in the wrong spot. So I moved it, and now the problem is the shower doesn't line up well. But once I figure out how to get the shower to work, the shower's in place, but the faucet that comes through the wall that you have to turn the water on from comes through the wall of the drop-in liner at a bad spot, and so I don't know how to seal that to keep it so water doesn't go down the back and then cause the same problem. So anyway, as soon as that's done, the bidet goes in, and then we'll have the video for you, Roy. And I'll send you an Amazon link so you can buy one yourself, and I can get a commission.
That's a scary proposition. I'm just saying.
Just hook a water hose up and tell them, hey, it's outside.
My only water hose is out on the Airbnb. I don't have any on my house. So I'm scared to even use my hose when people are out there.
They rent a room and they get a show all in one time. It's perfect. I want to transition real quick. Jessica Hicks says, I was told there's going to be games. There were. We gave some teasers during the week. That is 100% my responsibility, my fault. I said we were going to do a little format of charades. My day got a little bit busy today with a few things, especially an area was unexpected. So I kind of transitioned into, we're not going to do that because I couldn't really put it together. So we'll transition to what I'm replacing that with. And it's kind of cheesy and kind of corny. People have done it before. Not everyone likes it. But I just thought it'd be kind of cool and different. We've never done it on a podcast before. And it's, since we have 4 of us, what is one really cool thing, whether it's a lesson, an experience, or just a good time that each one of us had? It doesn't have to be since last show, since all 4 of us were together. Let's say in the last few weeks. What's something that's really cool that happened? Whether it was a lesson that humbled you, whether someone gifted you something, or whether it's just a cool experience, whether you just witnessed something as a third party that was pretty spot on and pretty cool. Basically just following the track of positivity and what kind of struck a chord that you think, yeah, that was kind of neat. And I was kind of the only one in that situation. I want to share it. I personally don't have one right off the top of my head right away. I was thinking about it right before we were doing sound check and going live, since I had to abort the game. But I just thought it would be a little bit of a different mix. You know, we always do a trivia. We do a would you rather. We do a top 3. But we've never done something that was straight. Yeah. And Jim, spot on. Like I said, it cheesy and corny, and some people don't like it. It is what it is. But it's different. Some people will like it, others won't.
Well, I'll be happy to go first.
Fire away.
No, part of my job, of course, y'all have been told, public information officer. I actually had the opportunity. I had to go speak to like 6 to 12th graders at a school, and I gave a presentation over fentanyl, since fentanyl has become like nationwide problem, real bad, as we all know. And apparently my presentation got to one of the kids because apparently in his life he had a family member pass from fentanyl overdose, and he was a little upset, but he actually took the time. He came up to me to shake my hand with tears in his eyes, and he gave me like a 3-minute long hug and just literally cried on my shoulder. And you know, this is a kid, this is like a junior, and all I could do was just hold this kid and just let him cry. And I felt I really resonated something. He just kept saying, you know, thank you for this, thank you. It just kind of solidifies why I don't want this to happen to me or to anybody else in my family. And I was just like, you know, thank you for that. And I felt bad because I didn't want to make him cry. I'm not there to scare or make people cry, but it was just one of those moments that really hit home for me. Like, okay, I felt like I did something good at that moment.
So next segment.
I'm going ditto right here. Ditto.
Yeah. So, wow. Where'd you go with that one? I can't.
I'll say I've been just. We talked a little bit about reviews, made a little bit about reviews. YouTube is brutal in ways, right? And there are some days where you just feel like, why am I doing this? And I've been, you can't see these because they're the wrong color of green.
Green.
That's a clever trick, Scott.
I have been given 6 emotional support pickles that show up in the post office box. And it's funny because they actually say, let's see, I'm not sure if you can see it up close. You get a super close focus. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's going to lock. Use the force. Anyway, it says, always be around to let you know that you are a big deal. But I don't know. It's been inspiring to have. I've had a lot of people reach out to me and share that something I did or something a way I handled the situation, or the way I'm handling the court coverage for the case. There's like that means a lot to me because and they'll share a personal experience. And a lot of times I say, please don't share, but this is who I am and this is why that means so much to me. So that just is awesome. That I do what I do and I love what I do, but when I hear that it actually has an impact on somebody for the good, I think that makes it all worth it.
Amen. Yeah, good job, man.
Roy, what are we going to do with these two? I can easily just.
Thomas is like, all right, how about those charades?
Charades. There's a man right there. Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
There's the man.
Man, I'm trying to think. I guess I will. Man. I guess I gave an update of my doggo on the last podcast, and he was in surgery that day, so we got to pick him up Saturday afternoon. He's doing great. We had a major setback today, but I will say when my wife picked him up on Saturday after 2 days of recovery and was bringing him home, and this is nowhere near Brian dealing with the youth and fentanyl, and Scott, the support you're getting from people that's heavy. I mean, this is my dog, and I know people know animals as family, but this is what I can come up with that's recent for me. But for the first time in 5 weeks, she drove by because I happened to be finishing golfing when she got him, and she stopped and honked and parked, and I looked over and he sat up in the seat and he looked over and was able to turn his full head and sit up. First time in 5 weeks he could act like a normal dog. And so parking lot. The cool thing where I'm going with it is the guys that were golfing with me, a former roommate and two good friends that know my dog very well since he was little. They were just as excited, if not more than me, to run over and go see him because they knew what he was going through and go give him the love. And it was really cool to see because one of them started shedding a tear over my dog and caring about him. So it's kind of a two-part story of I was so excited to see my dog kind of getting back to normal right out of surgery, but seeing a very close friend of mine who he was a roommate when I adopted Joey. And he got really emotional seeing it. So just seeing a friend care about something, and we've been long distance friends now for years because we're both married and kids and everything else. He was equally emotionally invested in the situation as I was. And I just thought, how cool is this? I'm finishing a round of golf with a good friend who drove 2 hours to come play with me and haven't seen him for a few months. Here's the dog that he knows. My wife's here and everything. And everyone people are really freaking good. They really are. I mean, we watch so much court drama, Brian, in your life, everything you deal with day to day. Roy, you've seen it. It's probably even more disheartening because you're seeing troubled youth beyond you see good. But at the end of the day, when you back up a minute and just look at like kind of your circle and what you choose, like people are really good. Ultimately, they really are. And I saw that and it was really fun. And it took a dog and some friends and some family to kind of paint that picture for me. And it was just a real good Saturday afternoon. It was just an awesome feeling, just warm hugs all over the place. It was neat. And some friends and a dog and then some tornadoes that kind of put the icing on the cake later that afternoon.
Yeah, can't get any better than that, huh?
No, it was perfect.
Then happiness went to anxiety real quick.
Yeah. But I take from it, I think people are good. We see so many things, all the negativity gets highlighted and gets brought to the top so fast, so much quicker. It's so much easier to get the views of the negativity and this, that, and the attention and the stories. But if you sift out that filter a little bit and you go, holy cow, okay. I bet the vast majority of us would look around and go, we have some cool friends, some good support systems, great neighbors. Roy's contemplating that, but in general. So
bar one,
yeah.
Bar one. That's cool. No, I agree 100%. There are good people out there. Sometimes it takes a good person or somebody to take that first step to bring it out of other people. A lot of times, people have been beat up or, enough in public that they've got their guard up and nobody's willing to smile first. And it takes the one person to smile and say hi. I know I put it in my little outro every day and smile at someone, make their day better. But you'd be amazed how a little interaction where you show kindness to somebody who has not yet deserved it from you, right? They haven't done anything wrong. They just haven't earned, all the effort for you to actually use all 6 muscles and smile. But just doing that can, make a difference. And they can be like, I just felt like nobody could see me, and you smiled at me. You're the first person that I've seen today, and it makes a huge deal. So that is awesome, Thomas. You help a billion people, not just with the weather as well.
No.
But I've seen how many people are, and every time there's a storm coming, their chat. I was like, what about this area? What about? And they're giving town specific, town, city, town. And Thomas, well, your area, this is what you can expect. Your area, this is what you can expect. So it's really cool. All right. Now that everyone's crying, and
well, let me just say this thing. I was going. Thomas was concentrating, and there's been a bunch of negative stuff that happened every day back in my old life. But one thing that I did, not very well sometimes, but it was one of the things that I planned every day, and I had it written on a reminder as I walked out of my office. It said, "Say something nice to someone." And, you focus on all the bad stuff. And then when I would walk into my office, and it's the kind of thing that Brian can do because you work around a lot of people, but you walk out of the office and think, you know what, I'm going to find somebody. And generally it was one of my teachers because they deserved a compliment. And I would go in there and not, fakey kind of stuff, but I would find some reason to compliment them on what they were doing. And over time, I built up a really strong support folks that I knew had my back, when things got tough. So, that was something that I did. I'm not the first one. I didn't invent it, and it's hard to do sometimes, especially when, you're concentrating on all the jazz that's going on around you that you can't control. You can control this. You can go and tell somebody, and say something nice, compliment them. Hey, you're doing a great job in the whatever. And majority folks, that 99.9%, they like that attaboy, and it doesn't cost you anything.
I agree.
Speaking of something nice we can do for people,
it's the first first show of the month. I did too. This is what an amazing
chat probably
way.
reminded us a million times and we just missed it.
Yes.
But I believe I can give away some memberships. Let's see.
So, Brian, Roy, people can gift memberships to other people, or you can subscribe and be a member to RA's channel. There's subtle perks that come along with it, and it's a lot of fun. It's
very subtle.
But
very subtle perks.
But the cool thing is, as the host of the channel, Scott, every month YouTube allows him to gift 10 free memberships out to random people, and they just get sprinkled out to those that are here in chat right now and that are active and here participating. And it's a random choosing, and it's a month-long subscription, so they get some of those perks. And it happens every month, resets. We usually do it the first of the show. We forgot, and now we get to.
I was going over the people who had gifted memberships, which thank you very much. So we're going to do the first 5 right now, and I guess we should say make sure you turn your settings on.
Yes.
By if we can have one of the mods set ! Gifts.
So there it is.
Oh, I can't see who got it. Oh, here we go. Twelble, Tisha, Mary M, Rhonda Pulowski, and the Flea Amigos.
And Mimi.
And Mimi.
The Flea Amigos is phenomenal.
The Flea Amigos. I love that name.
The YouTube names that people come up with is phenomenal.
Okay, so there's going to be a link in chat if you want to get a round on the chance on the second time. I see you, 80s music man. We're aiming for you. We really are. So make sure you click the link in chat and go to the gifts page. Make sure the sliders move to the right, and that will make you eligible. So we'll give you just a minute before we gift the next 5.
Yeah, Brian, you have that look on your face like I did the first time they were doing it. I'm going, What?
What are you doing?
I got no idea.
I'm just here. I'm just here. I'll just hang out.
The funny thing is it doesn't even show up on the chat in StreamYard. So if you're watching chat in StreamYard, you can't even see what's happening. You have to watch on the YouTube app to make it work.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, we're going to throw another 5 in with Crazy Cat Queens 20. So I think that got the rest of the non-members. 6 volts. Let's see. I see you there.
80s. Background, we've been trying to get a membership tossed his way forever, and he's been a part of this channel forever, and YouTube just skips him for every gift that comes in. But all right, you got some names to shout out?
Here we go. We're going to try. We've got Dusty Cowgirl, Jenny Skjorp, Sjoberg. That's Sweden. How do you say
Jenny,
SJ?
good job.
Jenny. Yes, thank you. Brittany, Penny, 1212, Kate Delay, yours truly, Patty Taser, Lego My Briefs. Nope, you just said something, Lego My Briefs. Sorry. Kathy Gahan. Let's see, Elizabeth Soliday, Subi, Mrs. Wolliver, Kids Can Draw, Lewis Capper, Mino. Oh my goodness, you guys.
It's flooding.
Every time it does that, it jumps on my screen and I lose where I'm at. Mino, Brandy Hughes, Dance in Line, Leandra, Sometime Alias, Mindy FS, Mindy FS. I'm sorry, you guys already. I think that's it. Did I read all 25? Then Braxton Heaps gifted another one. Thank you, Laura. You are the recipient there. And Nikki was gifted a membership. I had another one from Braxton Heaps. Thank you, Braxton. Congratulations, by the way. C+, right? A+ certification, I believe, is a recent accomplishment in his life.
In his tests. But our poor guests are going, what the heck is going on in this bloody mess? So it's,
what this means for people.
I'm watching the comments like, what?
It means
I thought he had a stroke. I didn't know what it was going on.
I know.
When it gets busy in chat, we have to put slow mode on, or else chat goes too fast. When you got like 1,500, 2,000 people in chat, it just goes crazy. And so we turn slow mode on. If you are a member, slow mode does not apply to you.
Crazy Cat Queen, another 5. Coffee and Crime just jumps in with another 5. So they're donating memberships. That comes at a cost to their donation. They're spending
and it financially supports the channel. It's a huge thing. It's what makes it all possible. The Creative Bee. Creative Bee. By the way, Debbie, the Creative Bee. I'm not sure if we can put this up on screen. She does an amazing job. I was able to use her services recently to celebrate our amazing moderators. And I'm not sure. Did you get anything, Thomas?
Should I get it? Should I show it?
Do you have one?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I read a few names here. Beth, Maud Roberts, Jenny, different Jenny, Paralegal Mandy, Philip Mitchell, all gifted memberships, as well as Robin Sears, Intolerant, USA Sancha, Susan Buckabee, Cindy Grady, John Mills. My phone is ringing. Oh, it's Amber. I don't know if you guys can hear.
We can hear her usually, but she can't typically hear us, if I remember right.
Okay, so
I can hear y'all just fine. Thomas cannot show the thing that you got the mods because not all of them have gotten it yet.
Okay, mods, close your eyes.
There's no mods.
Mods, close your eyes.
Trouble.
The mods don't watch the.
I think
it's coming.
Mods, close your eyes.
We have worked so hard to make sure nobody has burst the bubble of the surprise for what the mods got, because I've had mine since Thursday.
Spoiler alert: mods have here it is. Mods have. So I'm doing
it. And there we see a reflection of Thomas's computer. It looks like he's watching a golf show right now.
No,
it's not focused on the podcast.
It's not boring golf. That's the podcast.
That is a plaque made by Debbie, the Creative Bee. It's a YouTube plaque celebrating their amazing achievements and accomplishments, basically for everything they've done for the channel. But thank you, and it's got your name on there and everything. But Debbie's incredible. So I saw her name in chat and just wanted to say she does amazing stuff. If you have employees, if you have friends, family, coworkers, whatever that you want to celebrate and give them an attaboy in a really personalized way, that's really cool. Debbie, the Creative Bee on Etsy. She's amazingly to work with. Incredible quality, good speed, everything. Not a sponsor.
Amazing.
I
And
just have to point out that Thomas didn't show all of it.
You're right. He didn't.
You're missing
There's
a
still a
piece,
surprise.
Thomas.
There's still a surprise.
I kept a little bit of a secret. Jeez.
Anyway, you guys are holy cow. You
I think
guys
that's
are
right, yes.
super generous.
Okay, I'm hanging up now.
Thanks, Amber. We'll see you. Bye. So that time it worked, Thomas. How did the phone work?
I just got a green screen yesterday and you're asking me.
So now we can take calls for our guests. No, just kidding. We won't subject them to that. And Thomas showed all he got.
Oh, that's pretty cool. With my 350 followers, if I got that in the mail, I'd have a stroke. I wouldn't even know. It looks like the real deal. I'm
It's
going,
really cool.
whoa,
It looks awesome.
that's cool.
Will junior mods get one? Junior mods, you've got to impress the Top Mark Media. That's the other channel, which has some junior mods over there. We've got some work to do. I think I have to monetize the channel first before I can afford to send a thank yous to the mods over there. I need to do that maybe this weekend.
Oh, Irish Dogs nailed it. Thomas didn't realize the other kids got more. No, I showed all I got, so I don't know. Oh, anyways, this has been such a fun show. What my wife takes weather pictures. Like, what a great wife! It's amazing. I'm so excited.
That's when you know you've got the good one.
That's right.
She sends
Roy,
you pictures of your hobbies.
that's right. Roy, I know you're retired, but you've picked up some part-time work. Do you work tomorrow? Are you off?
No, you are incorrect, sir. I am retired, yes, but I work full-time. I have a full-time job I captured about 3 weeks ago, and I'll thank you not to tell them the truth. So
There's no shame in being a Walmart greeter.
it's okay. No, I am. The funny thing about this job that I have is they can't keep anybody doing it or whatever. I'm a dispatcher and I deal with the public and for a company that has several folks that do outside work, and I'm kind of the shepherd of this thing. And I'm going, okay, where's all the high tension? Where's the anxiety? Where's the people calling you bad names and telling you, how terrible you are?
And come do my job.
Yeah, so it's so low key compared to what I'm used to.
It's a step down in the stress department. Well, you probably have perfect skills for it then.
No, I have no skills, but apparently, because it was hard to find a job. So, no, I'm actually, I'm just a full-time guy. I haven't had to clock in since I was in high school, so I have to hit the time clock, and they had to train me because I would get there about 45 minutes early, and I'd sit around and goes, "Well, you need to clock in. You're here working already." I'm thinking, well, okay. They probably look at me like, well, he's not very bright, but at least he's punctual.
Well, that's cool. That's awesome. Are you liking it? Are you getting satisfaction out of it?
Well, it's a little early, but it's so easy. I'm not sure that's a fair question.
It's not work.
Yeah, it's not work. It's just trading my time for money, and not very much, but it keeps me off the streets and out of the bars. So that's a good thing.
That's cool.
No, actually, I'm good.
You'll have to ride along with Brian occasionally and deal with some of his people. Maybe you could be the person that explains why you are going to be getting a ticket. And no, your excuse is not valid. That's always a fun conversation, right?
Well, I may have actually seen that movie. Yeah, I may have actually seen that movie. Yes, I understand that you don't think your kid did it, but doesn't matter. They're still in trouble. So, and there was cursing after that, but that's cool.
That's awesome. Thomas, how's the I'm about to hit the outro button unless you have anything else I wanted to do, but how's the weather forecast for like the week?
Severe. Just
There we
depends
go.
where you live.
And on that note,
It just depends where you live. It's out there. No, it's that time of season. It's severe weather it's blossoming and blooming, especially in the southern and central plains. From now through Tuesday, all the latest and greatest hurricane outlooks and predictions have been produced by the 4 universities that love to do it, and it appears to be an active season this year. We already had a disturbance in the Atlantic that no one was talking about 4 days ago, and it disappeared, which is fun. But the weather is weather. That's all I got.
it's going to happen regardless. We've got like a heat wave over here. It's been like 85 degrees and just muggy almost. It's already getting a little humid, which is early. We are. I think I've spread the news. We're going to go on like a vacation for a month.
You gonna try YouTube?
Yeah, what's that? I'm gonna be mobile. It's a working vacation for me. So aside from when we're actually in the air or in the car, it'll be business as normal. Probably a pared down studio. I'm not going to take everything with me because then the kids wouldn't be able to bring all their clothes and whatever they wanted to bring on with them. But the kids are going to go. We're going to do a tour of museums and a couple sites and things like that. See some family we haven't seen in about 5 years, and it's going to be interesting. But business as usual for us. We might try to catch a court in person if we can get the dates to line up right. But we're still waiting for the dates to be announced. So.
Well, that'd be cool, Scott. You can walk into the courtroom with a selfie stick and be broadcasting live.
Yeah.
That would make the news.
Something like that.
Would be cool.
It would also be my last time. Not my last time in that court, but my last time as a media member in court.
Tell everyone you're the big deal and see where it gets you.
Yeah,
Play
do your
my
rap
music.
song.
Yeah, that would be we're not going to do the outro for that one. We're going to do this one.
Huge thank you to Roy and Brian. You guys have been great on the show. Your excitement level to be here and be a part of it has been fun. The people love you guys being here. So thank you, because you guys can do anything else, but you're like, hey, let's join the podcast and hang out, which is so cool because we're just a small show over here. But you guys are great and people love you. So thanks for being with us tonight. We appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
My pleasure.
I've just looked. We've got all these gifted memberships. It looks like we're hitting the same button over and over. But no, Braxton and Crazy Cat Queen have just been trading gifted memberships back and forth, trying to hit 80s Music Man with the gifts. Let's see. Patricia, I see that one in there as well. Coffee and Crime, Crazy Cat Queen, Trouble. Braxton again. Thank you very much. SOS member for 5 months. Thank you very much. You guys are amazing. Best place on YouTube right now, this community. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for everything. Thomas, Brian, Roy, it's been fun. We should do this again sometime. What are you guys doing next week? No,
I'm in.
We'll give you a little bit of break. But sounds good. Anything else, Thomas?
That's it. All of you in chat, they continue to contribute, continue to tune in the show, watch and hang out, and make this all fun for us to be here and enjoy and look forward to our Thursday nights. Thank you all the most, because it makes our Thursday nights probably more fun than you guys have watching us. So big thank you. Outside of that, Scott, what time you plan on going live tomorrow for your day show?
8:30ish.
There it is, folks.
So 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. We'll try for 9. We're still waiting for a big trial, so we might. I don't know. I've been thinking about a way of covering Karen Reed, but not current. I've told my reasons for that. But anyway, you guys have a good night. Thanks. It's been fun. We'll see you.
Have a good one, y'all.